One of the biggest issues that I have faced as a player in Airsoft is finding a face mask that will protect my face as well as my teeth most importantly, but at the same time I want to be able to properly aim down my Airsoft gun and get a real cheek weld on it. Well, today I want to talk about what I personally believe is the best face mask on the market for Airsoft, and that is the Tigris Foldable Face Mask. What's up, Airsofters? My name is Lane and welcome to the BB Warrior. We're here to help you have a better time both on and off the airsofting field. If you enjoy videos like this and you enjoy our honest reviews here on the channel, well, I would love to have you join our community by hitting that subscribe button down below, and while you're down there hitting the subscribe button, make sure to hit the bell icon next to it. It only takes a second, and that makes sure that you'll be notified when we post new videos every Tuesday and Friday here on the channel. Now, you might be asking, Lane, what makes this mask better than anything else on the market, and why do you prefer it versus other models? Because there are a lot of companies that make mesh masks in Airsoft. And I think what makes the Tigris mask special versus everyone else is the foldable aspect of it. So as you guys can see, the center of the mask is the mesh material that we're all accustomed to. A lot of different companies make masks where it's all mesh. However, the sides of this, and you've probably already noticed, they're flexible. The sides of this are fabric. And that's really nice for a ton of different reasons. So the part that really matters about being protected, your nose and your teeth, because a mesh mask is a whole lot cheaper than a trip to the dentist, that is, nothing is getting through this. Nothing is going to get through mesh. This is the same style of mesh that every other company is going to use for their face mask. However, I know some people who have seen these but not used them have asked how the protection is on the sides of your face, which is still a very valid point. This is a pretty tender spot, and you typically don't want to get shot with a BB there. Well, the sides have padding on the inside, and I'm trying to get this to show on camera. The sides are pretty thick on this, and that's going to ensure that if you get shot wearing this mask in the cheeks, which I've had happen to me numerous times because I really like to move up on people, even from close quarters, the energy from that BB is absorbed by this, and you notice it, but it's not painful like if it was on bare skin. So I know a lot of people who look at these have been kind of hesitant towards it because of that. However, rest assured, you still have full face protection when wearing the Tigris Foldable Face Mask. Now again, because the sides can flex, unlike any other mask on the market, this is going to move with your body to make sure that you get a proper cheek weld. When you go down onto the stock of your rifle, when you're starting to aim, it's not going to be like a piece of mesh where it doesn't move and it hits your rifle. This is going to form with your rifle and allow you to have a proper cheek weld. And on top of that, for the cheeks, there is a really aggressive cut here, which makes it very easy to aim down the sights of any stock, whether you're shooting like an M4 or an AK with like a B13 mount, which typically has a really high optic compared to your stock, or you're shooting an MP5, a VSR10, an LMG, whatever you're shooting, you're going to be able to get a proper cheek weld with the Tigris Foldable Face Mask. You're going to be able to get a way better cheek weld than any other system on the market. And going back to the aggressive cut for the cheek, I really like this because you can wear this with helmets. One of the biggest issues that I've seen with some of the face masks that try to cover too much space on your head is that it's impossible to use them with a helmet because when you bring the straps down, there's just so much mass from those masks that you can't use it. But you can easily use a helmet with the Tigris Foldable Face Mask. You're still going to have the chin cup resting on your chin properly, and you're not going to have to worry about anything like that. Now, as a disclaimer, I should say that while you do get a very good cheek weld with one of these masks, I would definitely recommend finding a spot on your rifle. Like if you're looking for a riser for your rifle, like I run a T1 for instance on my Crytac, so I have that on a riser because the T1 is a very, very short optic. I would definitely say to go up probably 1/4 of an inch or 1/3 of an inch to compensate for the extra material that the Tigris mask has. So I would definitely recommend when you're looking for a riser, or if you already have risers and you're trying to find which height to have your red dot at, look through your red dot with the mask on. That is one of the things that I've always preached, is that when you're going to be kidding yourself out, practice like it's the real thing. So just like putting a riser on your gun, make sure that you're making sure that the riser is the right height when you have your face mask on, because once you put the face mask on, your optic might be a little bit too short and you're really gonna have to like crunch down on your rifle, tilt your head more. So I would definitely recommend to set your riser with the mask on. Now, other than these sides, this is your pretty standard mesh mask. It's got a 4-way strap that leads to a connector in the back, and then that just goes over your head. Pretty simple. And the thing that I like about this is that because the sides do flex and they can go up and down, this does fit very well with a variety of eye protection. Excuse me. So I have pretty big eye protection. I wear ESS turbofans, which have a pretty big profile. So as you guys can see, I have my goggles on right now, which again, they do have a very, very big profile, but that's because they have a fan on them. And except for the little hole right here, which you get with pretty much any mesh and goggle system, as you guys can see, there is a pretty good connection between my goggles and my mask. So you're not gonna have to worry, like on a lot of other masks, about getting hit right here, because I can tell you from personal experience, when you get hit right there, it is going to scare you, and that is not going to be a very pleasant experience at all. So I like that about the One Tigris Foldable face mask, that it really does conform to other goggles, again, in a way that no other mask can. Now, I do want to mention, while I have this on, this will not cover your ears, as you guys can see. So if you are someone who goes to a field that requires ear protection like myself, you are going to have to put on a secondary earphone or a secondary set of mesh to protect your ears. I personally recommend the ones from Valken, which I'll have a photo of on screen here. They're like little earmuffs, and they sit perfectly underneath all of this, and you really don't feel them. And I have experimented with these with over the head and over the ear communication, like Comtacs or Hauerleis or Sordens. And this mask does not get in the way of them and is not uncomfortable using an over-the-ear type system of ear protection. So while this mask alone does not cover your ear, having an additional set of ear protection will not interfere with the way that this mask fits, and the mask will not interfere with the way that your ear protection is going to fit. I definitely recommend putting on the ear protection first, though, if you can, because if you try to put it over, then you might run into some issues. So taking this all off for a moment, I'm going to talk about some negatives, because I cannot do a review without giving some constructive criticism about the piece. So I really have two big complaints with this. The first one is the straps on here. Now they are like an elastic, which is a good thing, because this is going to conform to your head better and it's going to make sure that it's tight on your face. However, the biggest issue with that is when you're trying to adjust it on these little buckles here, you can't really adjust it, because when you go to pull it, the elastic is going to come, or the elasticity is going to come out of it. So when I try to pull it through this little piece here, instead of actually moving, it's just becoming elastic. So it's a little bit hard to really get these cinched on and get these to the level of tightness that you need. However, it's not impossible. And the other thing that I want to mention, and this just might be because I'm the type of guy that sweats a lot, probably because I'm out of shape and I eat like crap, but the kind of mesh on here that is designed to protect you from an impact from a BB, this absorbs moisture. And that is a big concern for me, because by the end of the day, I have a sweat line on this mask like this. So the bottom gets drenched in sweat, and this definitely gets that used gear funk smell. So I would definitely recommend letting them air out at the end of the day. Don't just keep them in your bag, because you are in for quite the surprise. But I think that's a two-way street, because while that is a negative that my sweat collects on there, I'd rather have the protection from BB impact on my face. So to me, it's worth it. However, if you're playing somewhere that's really, really hot, like some 95-degree summer day, I thought that I should mention that, because that's an issue that I personally run into with these, but it's nothing that's too annoying. And at the same time, the pros of this mask beyond outweigh the few cons that I have with it. So I truly do believe that this is the best face mask on the market. I know there are a lot of people who don't like to wear face masks, and typically I don't either, but at the same time, like I said earlier in the video, a trip to the dentist costs a whole lot more than a face mask. And another thing that I like about the foldableness of this face mask is that if you're the type of person who just wants to wear it when you go close quarters, you can fold the sides and the strap into the front of it, and then you can throw this into pretty much any like 3x3 up to whatever size general purpose pouch, or you can even just throw it in your dump pouch or something. So if you feel the need to throw this on, like let's say you're about to go into a house, just take it out and throw it on real quick. there you go. You have instant face protection and you're not gonna get your teeth shot out in a very close quarter situation. I'm the type of guy that will leave their face mask on for the entire event because again, I don't wanna go to the dentist, partially because of a fear of the dentist, but at the same time it costs a lot of money. And this is a very comfortable mask to wear. The padding again goes up all the way so that you don't have like that obnoxious metal bar at the end of it, just pressing into your face with a lot of other face masks do. And this is a very comfortable mask to wear for extended time. The most time I've ever worn this was about 12 hours, and I had zero complaints about that. And also as well, I'd like to mention that these hold up really well in the rain. A lot of other masks that I've used have kind of rusted, and that's not a good thing to be breathing in, because most of the rust, for me at least, happened like right in front of the face. So I'd be breathing in rust, or I'd be leaving like rust on my cheeks and it'd look like I had face paint on. The build quality on this is superb. The mesh, I've never had any issues. I've dropped this, I've stepped on it and it didn't even move. And the stitching and the way that they've attached the fabric to the mask, great sewing on their part, great stitches, and this is not coming off anytime soon. So that has been my opinions on the One Tigris foldable face mask. Again, I think that these are great because it protects your face, but at the same time, you're able to get a cheek weld on your rifle, and that's really important to me. Both of them are. So that is going to do it for this review. If you'd like to pick up your own One Tigris foldable face mask, there will be a link in the description right below that subscribe button, which you should definitely hit. There will be a link in the description to where you can pick one of these up, and I highly recommend it. They aren't very expensive, and it is such a quality of life changer versus other systems out there on the market. But again, guys, that is going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you want more BB Warrior content, well, again, I'd love to have you subscribe for new videos every Tuesday and Friday. But also as well, we are on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We do a whole bunch of different content on there. Actually, the other day, I posted my first photo review, and that was of the Spiritus Systems expansion wings for their chest rig. It's my first impressions on it, and it's the first type of review like that I've done on Facebook. So I'd love it if you guys check that out, because I like to do some different content for you guys. But there's always photos on Instagram and fun little rants on Twitter. But thank you guys so much for watching this review. Thank you for staying through till the end. I will see you all next time.